Welcome to the Best Ever You Show with your host, Elizabeth Hamilton-Guarino, best-selling author, master life coach, and founder of the Best Ever You Network. Celebrating over 15 years and millions of downloads, this show is your destination for real conversations, real stories, and real change. Get ready to be inspired, empowered, and elevated. This is your moment. Let's go.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Best Ever You. It's Elizabeth. So we have a new book out. It is called The Peace Guidebook, How to Cultivate Hope, Healing, and Harmony for the Good of Humankind. It is available now wherever books are sold, so we hope you go grab one. And in the meantime, I wanted to have a peace chat with you today. I wanted to start with a simple question. What if peace isn't something you wait for, but something you practice? Because I think a lot of us have been taught directly or indirectly that peace is something that comes later, or that peace is up to someone else. It's, for example, something we get to eventually when things maybe calm down, or when life feels settled, or when the chaos stops, or when the hard parts are over. But that isn't exactly how peace works, I don't think. What if it's not? What if peace isn't waiting for you at the finish line? What if it's available to you right here, right now, in this moment? I think we all can agree that we are living in a world that can feel very noisy, divided, and overwhelming. And honestly, at times, just pretty much exhausting. I don't know about you, but I feel that way a lot. There is always something happening, something pulling at your attention, something asking for your energy. And in the middle of all of that, it's really easy to feel like peace is out of reach, like it belongs to someone else or somewhere else. But I want to gently offer you something different today. Peace isn't something you find. Peace is something you create, moment by moment, choice by choice, breath by breath. And I know that might sound simple, but it's definitely not always easy. Because peace doesn't mean your life is perfect. And peace certainly doesn't mean there's no conflict or stress, no uncertainty, grief, or anything. Peace exists right in the middle of those things. In fact, that's exactly where it matters most. And that's one of the core ideas behind our new book, The Peace Guidebook, which I co-authored with Dr. Katie Eastman. And at the heart of the book is this truth. Peace is not passive, it's a practice. And it's something we actively choose, especially when life feels anything but peaceful. Practicing peace, and we also call it percolating peace, doesn't always look calm and quiet. Sometimes it looks like pausing before you react, and often it feels like choosing compassion when it would be easier to shut down. Often it looks like taking a breath when everything inside of you wants to spiral. Sometimes it looks like saying, I'm not going to let this moment take me out of alignment. That's peace. Not perfect peace, but practiced peace. So in this book, we talk about something called the 10 Principles of Peace. And again, these aren't abstract ideas. They're real, grounded, practical ways to live your life with more intention and clarity. They'll help you navigate things like conflict in your relationships, stress in your daily life, grief, change, uncertainty, feeling unsuccessful, that feeling of overwhelming, anything that so many of us carry. Because peace isn't found in escaping your life, it's found in how you live your life. So, one of the favorite parts of this work and this book is that it's not just my voice and it's not just Katie's voice either. In the book, we have the voices of so many incredible people who shared their real stories, 20 contributors, plus a few others who shared their stories within the text. Real moments that they shared when their own peace wasn't easy, when their own lives felt messy, and when things didn't go according to plan, and they chose peace anyway. And it wasn't because it was convenient, it was because it mattered. And I think that's something we don't talk about enough, about peace being a choice. And sometimes it's a really hard one. We often think peace means everything is going smoothly, but real peace shows up when things are hard. When you're navigating something you didn't choose, or a conversation that's uncomfortable, or when you're dealing with something unresolved inside you, that's where peace becomes really powerful. So I want to say this because I think it's important that peace doesn't begin in governments or headlines or somewhere out there. It begins with you. It begins with me. It begins with us. It's in how you think, in how you respond, and in how you show up. And when you start practicing peace in your own life, something really incredible happens. It ripples. It shows up in your relationships, in your home, in your work, in your community, and suddenly peace isn't just something personal, it becomes something collective. And that's the heart behind the Percolate Peace Project and the book. That idea that one moment of peace or many moments of peace can spread one moment at a time, one choice at a time, one person at a time. And again, not through perfection, but through practice. So if you're listening today and thinking, I don't feel peaceful, or my life certainly doesn't feel calm, or things feel overwhelming right now, I know it. I get it. I want you to know something, though. You don't have to wait for peace. You can practice it right here, right now. Maybe it's a pause. We always say that pause for peace. Maybe it's that one breath, that one pause. Maybe it's a moment where you choose something else, a different response or a different path. And that's exactly how it starts. And over time, well, those small moments, they add up and they become a way of living and a way of being. It's a way of showing up in the world that feels more aligned, more grounded, more you, and certainly with more gratitude. So I'll leave you with this. What would it look like to stop waiting for peace and start practicing it? Not perfectly, just intentionally. Because remember, peace isn't something reserved for someday. It's something you can choose today. And again, our book is called The Peace Guidebook: How to Cultivate Hope, Healing, and Harmony for the Good of Humankind. And it's written by me and Dr. Katie Eastman. And I really appreciate you being here with me. And as always, be your best and percolate peace.